they'll know. They should get the notification.
Welcome to the Stubzcast, everyone. We're just getting you into a new room because I just messed up.
Shit happens, man.
Exactly. It has to happen tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go. Where's my YouTube?
There it is. Got it.
Whatever. Thanks everyone for jumping over. I basically went live, then pressed stop, and it messed everything up. So I think we're back on the right track again. Now, right. Welcome to the Stubzcast with ACS HUSK. ACS HUSK. The Stubzcast, the Content Creator Hub podcast, is where I talk to other content creators about their journey into content creation. It's all about sharing tips and tricks. Please try a new game website called www.bg4ghub.com. Welcome, Husk. How are you now? Now we're live and it's not all messed up.
Oh, I'm great, dude. I'm honestly I'm honored to be here. I'm glad to be on your show. I'm glad the scheduling worked out. And yeah, I'm fucking pumped to be here. I'm ready to answer some questions. So you finally get to turn the tables back around on me. So
yeah, that was just last week. Was it? It was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. That was very good. Welcome, Daz. Welcome, Matt Barnes. Welcome, Born Distracted. Welcome, the Indie Gamer. Everyone just witnessed the first Stubzcast mess up when it went live, then it went offline. Now we're back.
Hey, we're here. That's what matters.
Exactly. You've been playing many games recently?
I just got into Mortal Kombat 11. I broke down a couple weeks back and got 7 Days to Die on PC. And I will tell you right now, that game's fucking awesome. I love it.
Oh, okay. Never really been into them. I haven't personally.
It's terrible on console. Please don't buy it. It's an unfinished, broken port that crashes all the time. I looked into the PC version and bought it because it's on like version 18.4 and it's leaps and bounds, like generational leaps and bounds better than the console version. Is the only reason why I play it, because it's actually good. What's up, Indy?
That's good to hear. What's up, Indy? Well, no, yeah, that's good to hear. That is, yeah.
Crispy Bomb hooked me up with MK11 so he can kick my ass. I'm pretty sure that's his hidden agenda.
I do know one part. Once Dad is all recovered, he'll kick your ass. I can assure you.
It wouldn't surprise me. I got to spend the next week memorizing Raiden, which is my favorite character, just so I have a chance.
I haven't played Mortal Kombat since something Mega CD, I don't think. In America, you call it Sega CD.
Yeah, that's a long time, bud.
It is. No, I lie, actually. I played the Mortal Kombat on Game Pass. But
MK10, right?
It might be. I was terrible, let's just say that. It's not my thing.
It wasn't the greatest. This one feels better already, the little bit I've played, than the previous. But they are very similar, so.
Well, I was surprised when I played it, the fact that it seemed to have a story mode.
Yeah,
it does. I don't remember games ever having a story mode, as an actual story. I thought it was just all about fighting.
Yeah, it is, but they also, I mean, this story has kind of gotten out of hand, and I think that's what MK11 is kind of a, they're not an actual reboot, but as far as the storyline goes, the way it ends and the way it all kind of progresses, it's leading up to a fresh start for the next one, so that they don't have to follow the same timeline without totally messing everything up. It's a good story too. I'm just gonna say it's good.
That's good to hear.
So far.
That's good to hear. That is definitely. Welcome, Mr. Tushi. I'm sure I'm saying that right, but tell me if I'm saying it wrong.
Yep, you're golden.
Dad? Welcome, Wilmy Hood. Yeah, you're actually right there. When we were recording the curator feature, he cut a lot of it out, but he went at least 2 or 3 times. He disappeared.
What happened? What I miss?
Make sure Husk can take a piss break every 15 minutes.
Where did he say that?
It's in chat.
I don't. Oh, there it is.
There, you can see it on that.
Tiny kidneys and bladder. Got it. I will have to take a piss break once.
Yeah.
I will guarantee you once. I will do my best, but I will not piss myself.
Ever heard of Daz's club he's got for people he plays in Mortal Kombat?
I have not heard of
not many people. Club. Not many, and he uploads them to YouTube as well. It's called where is it? FYU Club, baby. Fuck you up club.
It sounds like when you get them on Friday night fights or whatever, fight night with Crispy. Watch these two duke it out. That'd be awesome.
All you need to do is play Gears with Crispy and you'd lose. He's good.
Yeah, he's
I've played with Crispy
hardcore Gears.
He's all right, but he plays with players far better than him. But he is good. He says he's not though.
I think the best part about him talking about Gears today was the fact that he, as a huge Gears fan, took a total shit on Judgment. Like
everyone. Yeah, that's a sore subject in the Gears community. Judgment is.
It wasn't the worst game I've ever touched.
But most gamers in the Gears, like even myself, when I would list all my favourite Gears, it's not in there. Gears 1, 2, and 3 are the best.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
And Daz, so here you go.
There it is. Yeah.
Cider.
Fucking cider. I'll pull out my Australian accent for a minute, confuse everybody.
Oh, and I got a question for you.
All right. God, the questions already? What the fuck is this? An interview?
Oh no, exactly. It's supposed to be anyway. So, how did you come up with the name ACS HUSK?
Okay. All right, let's start with my first, I guess, online name. Okay, my first gamer tag. Not my first gamer tag. My main one that I held for the most amount of time was Husker Fan for Life. For those that don't know what that means, it's the one and only. We don't have pro football in Nebraska. We don't have a pro football team, and so I grew up as a Husker fan, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So I'm a huge Husker fan, and that's where that name came from. I kind of let it fall to the wayside eventually, rebranded things, and decided my personal brand was going to be ACS, which stands for Adaptive Creations Studio, which is kind of an evolution from Stream Team Studios, something I tried to start on Twitch before my life got messy and I couldn't do it. So when I came back, I just kind of tried to take what I aim to do and turn it into my name, which is you have to adapt. Like there's advice within the name of my brand, I guess. Which is adapt and create. It's never ending. You constantly have to adapt to the ever-changing media landscape. And yeah, so Adaptive Creations was born from that. And then I went back to my old name and added on to the end, because eventually that's what everybody called me. Even though it was Husker Fan for Life, everybody would just call me Husk. And I picked it back up and kind of combined the two. Stubz. Must have been some strong cider. Your mic's muted. I say, hopefully he has his chair up against his door. That it maybe he didn't, and that's why his mic's muted. He always blocks his door. So yeah, I had this sweet idea. I'll just keep talking about so the Stream Team Studios thing. I was an affiliate on Twitch as Husker Fan for Life, and I wanted to start bringing a handful of smaller streamers together to fill every day of the week and create a stream team, and made all the graphics and the name and everything else for it. And then life happens and that didn't go through. And then when I was in college the last couple of years, we went through a branding course, multiple different courses about branding and social media and all that shit and communications. And I went with Adaptive Creations because if you don't adapt to the world around you when it comes to social media and what everybody revolves around on a daily basis, if you don't adapt to it and change accordingly, you will be left behind.
Hello, I'm back now. Sorry about that.
It's all good, man.
My son came in the room and I had to sort him out. Sorry about that.
Fucking Wilmy. No, it's cool, dude. I filled the gap.
Yeah,
You're good.
cheers.
I assumed you had something important going on. So
yeah, sorry about that.
Do you have your chair up against your door?
It is, yes.
I just kind of assumed maybe you didn't.
Oh, someone's bought him a stream. Someone's bought it.
I was gonna say, what in the hell is up with those numbers?
I'm not. Someone's bought him a stream. There's no way I've got 101 viewers.
I would fucking hope. Well, I'm not saying I hope. I hope it's real, but that's.
I don't believe it.
Well, it's climbing by at least 4, 5, 6 at a time every time it updates. That went up 9 that time. I have no idea what the hell's going on.
Well, why does it say 101 views?
Well, and it says 142 watching, 144 watching.
Someone's bought it.
I was gonna say that,
and
it's slowing down. Who
it is. So pack it in.
That's batshit crazy, though.
Someone's bought it.
It's got to be, right?
There's no way I'm getting that.
You know what? Daz said, fuck it, roll with it.
Yeah, well. Now it's 162. Now someone really is buying it.
Yeah, I saw it at 60. I'm like, holy shit, are you kidding me? And then all of a sudden it's now it's at 172, 74. Anyways. Yeah, so that's the story.
Yeah, it's quite an that's really strange, that.
It is, but I think we just gotta
roll with it, but I'll try and sort it out. I've got an idea of who it could be, but so I'm not saying, but
yeah,
but
fair enough.
Because I can't prove it either, so
yeah, might as well leave it. Just leave it be. Let them have their fun. We know we're
So,
talking to the handful in the chat that are here. Well, I think it was more than a handful before all hell broke loose. We were actually had a decent turnout. Right? I mean, now we don't know, but either way,
exactly. So yeah, right. Do you want to tell people what you kind of do on your channel?
well, as you know, Stubz,
Yeah.
because I had you on last week, we do a very similar thing. You're like I've been trying to decipher or discern the differences between what we do, and you pull a lot more of like the tips and tricks from creators than I do, and I let them dive more into their backstory. And which is why last week when I was talking to you, I feel like we need to work together on something far bigger than both of us. We still have to work on that. We will, but I do a creator feature, and I pull creators on and let them kind of just unload and talk about their backstory and whatever rabbit trail they decide to run down, so that the people watching them or seeing them on their platform, so people kind of get a better understanding of who they are and kind of see them more as a person than, necessarily just a form of entertainment. Yeah, a little inspiration, motivation sprinkled throughout.
Yeah, it's really everyone's asking what's going on here. But no, you've got a very good creative feature. Sorry, it's messing me up. This is. Don't like it.
It's okay, bro. Just
but no,
gotta forget about it.
The creative feature, what you do is very good, because when I actually first seen it, I was like, that's interesting. So I give it a listen, and it's you do kind of the same kind of thing I do.
Yeah,
but it's in a different. You have a different take on it.
Mm-hmm.
You do. I know. To be honest, I think it works.
I do too, and that's another reason why I love your show. And I like, if you hadn't reached out to me, I would have found you eventually. Honestly, I think. I mean, we're wrapped up in the same community or communities, I guess. So, but I very much appreciate your approach. Message deleted.
But I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know what's going on. It's weird.
Yeah. I feel like we should just ignore it.
Yeah.
As if it's not even a thing.
Exactly. Very strange.
It is, but as long as it doesn't, affect our shit directly, if it's just the numbers, then we're good, and we don't have to worry about it. If your other shit starts going wonky, then we have a problem, but we don't right now. So
exactly. So yeah.
Jesus Christ, Mommy. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's coming. Someone, I'm telling you that someone was V-botting me there.
Big time.
I can't. Well, I have my suspicions. That's all, But that's maybe it's the person that told me that I wasn't a content creator.
Yeah, right. The one we shall not mention.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Welcome, Markham Monkey Punch. Welcome, Crispy. Who else have I missed? Welcome Invader. Welcome Youth.
I do have a question. I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick.
Yeah.
I know I'm here to answer questions, but why am I not a mod?
Are you in chat?
I am
you
in chat, buddy.
Say hi
Here.
in chat. Say hi so I can do it.
Because I tune into your show every week, and I'd be happy to hand out band hammers if need be.
It's gone down now. Now that's about normal. Because I'm not being nasty. I had dealer gaming on and I got 52. And I got, you know what I mean? So that's definitely V-botting.
Oh yeah, it was.
I'm not saying you're not popular. Just
no.
You can tell when it's actual stream when it's V-botting.
Well, when I can sit here and watch the watching now go up by 3, 4, 9, 15, 3, you know, it was blatantly obvious, but you're definitely not wrong.
Well, everyone else was thinking it too.
Oh yeah, it was kind of blatantly obvious when it jumped to 60. I was like, holy shit, that's not possible. And then all of a sudden it hit 100 and something. I was like, yeah. That's why I said ignore it. I mean, fuck it.
Exactly. Well, sorry about that. It buggered me up there. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right,
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
But right.
French fried taters.
Where are we? Right. Where are we? Did you right? So with creative feature, have you learned anything by doing it so far?
I'm sorry. What'd you say? I was trying to absorb Wilmie's comment. What'd you say? What'd you say?
Well,
sorry.
With doing creative feature, have you learned anything that could help yourself or to show going forward?
Honestly, absolutely. God, it's honestly every week somebody gives something completely different, even if they sound similar. There are tidbits scattered throughout that I can even take in, like not just as a creator myself, but I'm not gonna lie, someone that knows a decent amount about brand growth and being a creator, even though I have only been doing it for a short amount of time. Like last week, like Wilmy shared insight that I didn't expect. You know, Boom did, you did, or not last week, this week. That was yesterday. And then Boom the week before you. Like everybody has something different to bring to the table. And I feel like every week I do it, it gets more comfortable, and I feel like I've gained knowledge. I couldn't honestly speak on every individual person that I've had. I know Graphic God had a lot of good insight.
Oh, he did, definitely.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of good insight, you have.
It makes me better having these people on every week. As odd as that might sound, I'm taking what they say to heart just as much as I hope the people watching are.
Exactly. I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, is that what you hope people can take away from it? Is they can learn?
That's the goal. And if all else, if they can't wrap their head around any of it and they're just tuning in for a listen, I hope at the very least that the small handful of people out there that are on the fence about attempting it, or that are too nervous to, or too anxious to, or just don't think they can, like, I hope they walk away saying, bullshit, fuck yeah, I can. They said it right here that I can, and I'm going to try it. That's what I want. I want, think of how many people are probably out there right now that listen to our shows, or maybe haven't, probably just haven't heard anything good out of any creator and don't have that inspiration to take the first fucking step. That's what it means to be a content creator, is to grow, is to adapt, it's to create. Like, you have to do that. You if your dream is to share your passion with other people, then you create and you adapt and then you create some more. That's what I want people to do. I want people to hear us both and be inspired to do what they want to do and stop having to work for some fucking asshole that it doesn't give two shits about. And even if they still have to work that shitty job and they're having a blast doing something they love as a hobby on the side, then hell yes. But anybody that has a creative mindset and wants to put something out there for other people to see, they want to share their passion with the world, that's what I want them to do. I want to push those people that aren't comfortable with it to do it. I want to inspire them and give them something to step on and take a step up in that regard. Just move forward with it. Try. It ain't going to kill you. Your life doesn't end if you try and it doesn't go anywhere. You can enjoy it without being successful. It's just how it is.
Well, exactly. I mean, the first step is trying it. Because when I first started the Stubzcast, I thought no one's going to like this concept, and it seems to have taken off. It does.
Absolutely. And it blew my mind when you reached out to me. I'm like, shit, someone beat me to the punch. I thought I had this fucking cool idea, and then I watched yours and I was like, holy shit, we actually kind of contrast and complement each other rather well. And here we are.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is, I do it currently when I started it, but I know for a fact that I've spoken to other people, and years ago there's been other gaming creators that used to do it as well, so it's nothing new. It's just it's good to highlight certain people in the community, whether big or small, and try and help people and explain certain stuff. Although yes, I haven't got massive subscriber numbers and massive view numbers, there's still tips that are interesting and can help other people out.
Even if it's one person,
exactly,
out of the the whole out of the week, if I can reach one person every week, I consider my show a success.
Yeah, definitely. Same for me. But yeah, that's definitely a good goal to have, to be honest. Because sometimes it can be a little thing. One little thing could help somebody.
Yeah, a couple words could change someone's mind.
Exactly.
Give them what they need to move forward with what they want to do.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I'm just getting. I've never been messed up on the Stubzcast before. That was a deliberate. That was a deliberate attempt. That was. So,
It was. It was
worked,
indeed.
But but I'm back on track now. Welcome, Dreadpool. Welcome, Leo. Thanks for stopping by. Right. What else? Where do you see the creator feature in the future? Did you like the concept of going live on YouTube with Milmerhood the other night, or do you prefer the podcast form where you can at least edit to a degree? Or what's your future plans for the creator feature? And are you sticking to just gaming, or are you just going to branch out?
So, as I've already told you, outside of everything in DMs, actually I have my first music artist on next week, assuming he can still make it. And honestly, I'm trying to branch out to as many different genres as I can possibly do, because in my mind, if you create something, I mean, you're a creator. You have some kind of presence. You're a creator. If you've, if you have a niche and you share it with the world, you've created something.
Exactly.
So the live thing, that was a scheduling thing that just so happened Wilmy could be on the show right when I would normally premiere it. And so I just did it live instead of pre-recording it and then uploading it the following day, because I'm trying really hard to stay consistent. And so yeah, we ran it live. It went well. I had a goddamn blast doing it. But I'm also really comfortable with Wilmy, and I've been on Gaming Beyond the Box for handful of weeks now, and it wasn't that big a deal. So moving forward, unless there's a conflict in scheduling, it'll remain pre-recorded. Like I've said before, the only thing I edit out of my shows as of now, because I've learned over the course of the shows I have done, is the blank spots. There's times where I have to walk away and go help my kiddo with something. There's times, a handful of times where I have to take a piss. That's like a weekly thing.
Yeah.
And I prefer to premiere it and hang out with the people in the chat and watch it myself as well. It's not going to become a live thing like yours, which completely works for you, by the way. But I can't see that being a thing moving forward unless somebody, like, I have to do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, it clearly works for you because you're starting to get quite a few views on your podcast now, which is good to see. Are you picking up more?
Actually, it's blowing my mind.
Are you picking up good views in the podcast section yet on Anchor and that? Have you looked or not?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a couple weeks behind on those uploads. That will change this week. I'm gonna bombard, completely overwhelm Anchor here this week and upload every single past one, including the previous 2 weeks, I believe, is what I'm behind right now.
I was a week behind, and I put up last week's show.
I try and do both at the same time. On Friday, I'll do YouTube and then Anchor, like simultaneously when I upload on Friday. And I've been slacking, but this week I'll get back into my groove. I ran myself ragged this week. I'm not gonna lie, it was madness.
Yeah, I mean, just got to do what you can, I mean, it's like the podcast do help bring people in on the podcast. Well, I don't know actually. I mean, it just to help reach more people. Have you made a BitChute yet?
I have not, but
No,
but you mentioned it, and I've thought about it, and I still haven't asked you about it.
Yeah, it's fairly simple to make one. It's just you don't often get you get the views, but you can't look at like you can look at your analytics on YouTube. I haven't found a way how you can look at who's you see your view count. You don't see who's actually watched, and no one seems to like comment either. But you can get really good views on BitChute as well. You can become quite big on BitChute.
Well, I'm down to try it.
It is full. You can say what you like on BitChute. There's no rules. It's all anyone can. It has attracted a lot of nut jobs and right wing, left wing, centre wing, all that crap. Because you can say what you like. So
what was it that God damn it! I looked into it. It was trying to take on YouTube. God damn it! They started it, and it was like no holds barred. Of course, they had some regulations in place. I downloaded it. They had an app, and I looked into it.
LBRY, is it?
That's it, Libri or Elbri or whatever.
I use it.
Is it like I looked into it and I guess I just kind of forgot about it at some point, and I didn't know if it was going to make it, I guess was my question, was like, how long is this thing going to hold water before it all spills out? Like, if I had to say I have a goal as far as a platform, I think float plane would be the place to be.
What is that?
So you know who Linus Tech Tips is, right?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay,
Very big time.
There's a guy, Luke, that was basically, he still is, Linus's right-hand man. He ran off and created Floatplane. And it's like if you took YouTube and Patreon and smashed them together, but didn't have immense amount of horse shit and cobwebs to crawl through. It's basically where the people can go and watch your content, X amount of days early, your discretion, and they support you. It's like kind of like a Netflix kind of thing.
Okay.
Where if they want to watch you and they want to support you, they pay their whatever subscription and they get the untimed, unfiltered access to what you do. And there's no bullshit, ads and monetization, all that stuff. They pay for what they get for. If they want to support you, they pay for it. They support you. You get a customized kind of what they see when and how early prior to, you uploading it to YouTube or BitToot or Libri.
Oh, that's very interesting. Never heard of it. I'll have to take a look at that. I will.
Yeah, Floatplane's cool.
Yeah, Dreadpool agrees with it. Floatplane is awesome.
And they've been working on it for years. Like, just went live months ago, last year sometime. And yeah, it's a super cool concept. And
yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out because I've never heard of it. Welcome, Mass Mayhem. Hope you're doing well. But no, yeah, Floatplane. I have to check that out. I will. Have you got any plans to do anything like gaming reviews, gaming opinion videos, anything like that in the pipeline?
I've thought about it. And then I realized that I don't have enough time to put together a review, let alone get through a full game as of right now. And that's honestly, that's going to change because I'm completely out of work at the moment. So I'll have time on my hands, but I don't know that gaming reviews would be the way I would go. What I want to do is talk to you in DMs and work something out and start kind of trying to put together the building blocks of what we talked about, last week.
Yes, definitely.
And try and maybe hook people up with some information. I really, really, really want to give people the knowledge I do have about a multitude of different categories, if that makes sense. If I had it my way, I would be, I'd be recording. I'd have somebody recording me doing stupid shit with computers, whether it's building them or running a hose and some goofy contraption from your AC to your PC to keep it cool without getting condensation. I did that, never recorded it. I'm very much a big fan of hardware and tech, so If
Yeah,
I
I
could
can.
get my hands on that kind of shit and review that or do crazy shit with it, I would absolutely do that. But it's just
Well,
not in the cards right now.
I can definitely tell because when I was obviously on Gaming Beyond the Box, when it come to the speaking about the ray tracing and all of that, you seem to know your stuff.
For the
Where
most part.
it went over my head. It's not because I don't know it, because I don't often read the articles into it. Probably if I read a lot of these articles, I'll probably be able to be a bit more informed. But I don't generally do it. I don't,
Yeah,
because
I'm going to be honest. For the first couple weeks, I read the articles top to bottom. And then depending on what the article is now, I'm selective on how deep I read or if I just skim them. Sorry, Wilmy. I just a lot of the times, if it's something I'm not aware of or that I don't know about, I'll do my due diligence and I'll read it. But yeah, like it sometimes I want to go full ham and just go off on a tech topic sometimes on Wednesdays. And I've gotten to the point where I got to remind myself, like, you're not here to bore people. You're not here to create a snooze fest. You're here to have fun and bullshit with your friends and the chat, and like it's meant to be fun. And sometimes for a lot of people, tech and hardware just isn't fun. Um, as much as I would love to just rant about it.
I mean, I I do listen to it when I do listen to like do this podcast, and when you
Chris.
guys are talking about it on Gaming Beyond the Box, but I don't get in deep on the technology side. I don't,
Like a
because
little
I'm not
bit of
being
back and
nasty.
forth
Because
that
a lot of people that, I mean, we can talk, about all these next gen consoles, but until people actually see the realities of it, people don't know what any of it's going to be like. I
no
mean, like all this 30 frames per second, it must be 60 standard. It's going to be 30. The main standard will be 30, and then on
for
the
both
first
consoles.
on first party, you'll probably get 60.
Oh yeah,
But
you'll definitely get 60 on
what
first
you yeah
party.
yeah, but a lot of the developers on third parties don't want to do it at 60. They'd rather do it at 30.
But if I'm not
They can't force people to go to 60. There's no mandate.
no, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe somebody correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but Microsoft is like very much hard at work at making it to where that cap can be potentially removed. I could be wrong. And
Are you on
Drupal,
about up to 240?
you're right. I'm not going to take anything back. I said I love tech. I love tech and I love hardware. But I will not sit here and bore the people that get bored with it or lost in
You're on about
translation.
like 240 frames per second. You're on about that kind of
No.
stuff. Because people are
No.
claiming that a Series X can do that if you've got the right TV.
And you know what? I guarantee you that there are, like, if you were to throw Counter-Strike and don't cap the frames on a Series X, yeah, you could probably hit 240. Easy, actually. But
Gears 5 at 240 frames per
Gears
second.
5 at 240, I don't know. That might be pushing it a little far.
Come on,
But
we need it higher than that. Come on, higher. How high can we go?
For me, for me, 60 frames per second is like the sweet spot until 120 takes over. Like even like 75 frames per second. If my monitor, like when I overclock it, I can go to 72 hertz, which is 72 frames per second that it refreshes. I can see the difference in 72 and 60. So imagine when I go to my console and I'm stuck at 30 or 40 or even drops down into the teens. Like, it's fucking disgusting. It's hard for me to go from my PC to my console at times because I'm used to that fluidity. And then, like, here's a good example of how much frames matter. Just real quick, I rebuilt my girlfriend's computer a few weeks back, and when I downloaded that 7 Days to Die on PC, so I got it for both of us. She loved the game on console. It crashed all the time and it was kind of shitty, but we're playing it on PC. And she started getting motion sickness because we went from console to PC.
Oh,
like she could only play for less than an hour at a time. She's getting used to it now, but she was on the original Xbox One, the Fat Boy.
I've still got one of them in the living room.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, the console does what it's supposed to do, but she went from playing that on there and like Sea of Thieves and a small handful of other games that we played together to her PC, and she almost threw up. Like, there's so many people out there that haven't experienced some kind of fluidity and consistency in frame rates just because of the restrictions of past gens. So it's a big deal. 60 is the mark. And I think, and like I said, I could be very wrong, but I think Microsoft's working on a way to remove that frame rate lock on games that even on their next gen console will supposedly be locked. I would like to say, I would like to think, at least maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just me hoping that they try and figure out a way on their end to unlock the frame rate of games so they can be viewed properly, and everybody can get motion sickness.
No, you're right. I mean, the problem is for me is I don't actually know if I've experienced 60 frames per second. I couldn't tell you. I don't know the difference.
I would love to see.
I don't know the difference. I've got in the living room, I've got the old Xbox, the fat one. Upstairs, I've got the all digital.
Mm.
Now, I couldn't tell you if I've actually played on a 60 frames per second game. I don't know the difference. Can most TV support 60 frames per second? I don't understand.
A lot of TVs will feed you full of shit and say they're 60 hertz when they're basically frame doubling.
Okay. I mean, I don't actually know if I've experienced it, to be honest. I couldn't like say, yeah, that's 60, that's 30. I don't know.
That's why I have everything I play any game on hooked up to a monitor, because I know that motherfucker is true. Even if it's millisecond delay time is kind of crap, I'd still rather get my 60 frames and have that couple millisecond delay I'm not used to.
Okay.
So I would recommend hooking up, definitely hook up your future consoles to your monitor. Or get a monitor.
Don't have one. Just got TV.
They're cheaper than TVs, and honestly, in my opinion, they're better.
Okay,
that's just my thought.
I need to look at what TV I've got and have a look what it does, because not got a clue what it's called.
Mayhem said.
Oh, I see. Oh, 60, but they're actually 50. Oh, okay. 50 hertz. That's always a trick. Now I'm lost. We're going about hertz, and now I'm about frames per second.
Well, all right. When you see hertz, think FPS, because that's all. Okay. That's all it is. It's how quickly it refreshes the frame. It just like frame rate. Okay. It's all the same, more or less. It's a frequency, but it's still per minute, even though it says hertz. It's weird. It's frames, I promise.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to have a look into it. I've still got to look in what TV I've got, because it doesn't actually say in the settings. I will look it up. Samsung TV. So
Yeah, you might have a decent TV on your hands at least.
maybe I don't know. So how did you get into gaming then? Was it when you were young? I presume so. Most people it is.
4 years old. I
Do you remember
actually,
this? Do you remember this?
I do.
Pretty good memory then. I can't remember me being 4, but
I remember peeing in a toaster, and I remember video games.
okay.
I literally woke up in the middle of the night apparently once and peed in a toaster. And the
Wow.
second I got told that story when I was in my teens, I remembered the moment I peed in the toaster. So
Goodness. So welcome removable sanity. I'm all Stu. But yeah, carry on.
So yeah, my grandma actually introduced me to gaming with the Atari and Oregon Trail on her PC.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, 31 years I've been at it. I don't get to play as much as I would like anymore, but there's plenty of times recently that I'm just not feeling it at the same time. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that I feel like I have too much other shit I should be doing. And maybe that conflicts with a little bit. But I love it, and it'll always be present for me.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
I did toast my strudel.
So
Oh, I also put a roast in the oven. I don't remember that one, but I was told that, and it sat in there for 3 days before my mom noticed it. Same age.
what was it on? No, it couldn't have been on.
Nope, I just put it in the oven and assumed that's how it worked and forgot about it and went outside, played with my goddamn Thundercat sword.
It's in there for 3 days and none of you could smell it or smell it burning. I was like,
honey, does this Pop-Tart taste funny to you? Oh, shit.
So, were you Sega or were you Nintendo?
Both.
Both?
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. The only thing I didn't own from Sega was the Saturn. And that's because my best friend that lived a block away had one.
Okay.
So, yeah, I played both of them. I have fond memories of all of them. I think Sega got the most competitive, and I think that was because of fucking Mario Kart. If I'm not mistaken, that was the game that, like, because you remember Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, right? Anybody? Somebody does. That was competitive and bonkers. But then when it had to have been Mario Kart on Sega, and is it 007 GoldenEye on the first Sega Genesis? That I'm talking like days without talking to my best friends because we'd I could be so pissed at each other and at each other's throats. It was fond memories from that. And then you fast forward to LAN parties on Xbox, and that was, god damn. I miss all that awesome nostalgic for shit that we don't get these days. Comes with age, I suppose. GoldenEye 64, that was it. The Nintendo 64 was where Mario Kart was. Fucking loved that console. But then the Sega Genesis. Good God. Trying to think back that far is kind of rough, not gonna lie. What about you, Stubz? Hello? Right, Indy? Fuck yeah. I think he's had more cider than I've had beer, maybe. It's possible. I doubt it. They did have better sports games. Fucking Madden, dude. Pretty sure it started. Fuck, what generation did Madden start? Does anybody know? I remember the top down super like 8-bit shit. Okay, that's what I thought. I played the piss out of that game. I played the shit out of Madden and NCAA football up until 2014. And then they stopped making NCAA football because of naming rights and all that shit. And fuck it. Hey, shit happens, man.
Hello?
Sometimes you got to go.
Can you
Hey,
hear me?
there he is. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'll tell you what the problem was. I've just
What's
found
up?
out. I looked in the settings and the microphone wasn't set to snowball. Is the microphone a lot better now? Is the crackling
Oh,
gone?
it's way better. But even then, it was. I mean, there was a little bit of crackle every once in a while. So
Oh,
that's
well.
what it was that whole time when I was telling you before.
Is it there? Is it
Oh,
gone?
you're golden. They're way clearer.
I was like talking. I was like, he can't hear me. I thought, oh no, the microphone's broke. I thought that's all that needs to go wrong now. God's sake, me and my microphone issues. The first time I tried to go in Retro Renegades, the microphone wouldn't work.
Well, like I
That's
said
all.
earlier, you have me on your show, so expect technical difficulties. I come with a little dash of bad luck.
No.
But we are almost at the hour mark, and
Yeah,
I would love to take a leak.
you can go if you want.
So I have a
Oh.
question. I have a question for you, Stubz, to answer while I'm gone.
Okay.
What was your favorite console of all time, and what games today, if you played them now, would give you the most nostalgia? I'll be back.
Okay. Yes, Mayhem. I think you're gonna have to help me out with that. In fact, we'll sort it out sometime. Thanks for that. But as for the question, I would say the PlayStation 2 was my favourite, and the Tony Hawk's Underground games were my favourite games. So Tony Hawk's that comes out in is it September? The remasters. Actually, I see you wrong there, Mast. Actually, I said Tony Hawk's, and I think it comes out in September. It does. So that's my answer to the question. Yeah, it's September. Yeah, thanks, Crispy. I've not ordered it yet. I will do near the time because they're the kind of games I really like back in the PS2. It had to be, in my opinion, it had the most amount of games where developers are willing to take risks. I mean, I know that now currently there is a massive variety. Because I know what Indy's going to say. There is a massive variety in the indie game section. It's crazy. There is, but in the AAA section, I don't think it's like it used to be. Because developers are scared to take risks nowadays. A lot of the developers just play it safe because they're scared that people won't buy the games. I can remember Dave Mirra's Freestyle BMX. That was a very good game, and then also SSX Tricky. That was a good one. We could do with a remaster of that. That would be quite a good game. That would. Keep talking stuff. It's going to be a long piss. And number 2. Yeah, it probably is. But no, yes. I do remember that game. Used to play Crash Bandicoot. That was a good one on the PlayStation. Bob. But no, yeah, a lot of the old. The thing is, I was wondering that, like with Tony Hawk's, the remaster, are they going to have all the original soundtracks? Because obviously when them games came out, the bands that were in the games weren't as big as they probably are, or the songs weren't as big as they were, because a lot of them were technically a lot of them are indie kind of. They weren't like massive bands like they are now, or a lot of them are stopped now. So I wondered if they actually get the rights. That's yeah, you are. No, sorry, Wall Street, you are right. I don't know about Last of Us 2, but from what I heard, that yeah, they did take a massive risk. And to be honest, I know we got all the sour fans on the old user review score that doesn't really make no difference, but the fans don't like it. But I guarantee though it's going to sell well, make millions of dollars, regardless of what them little trolls on there post their fake reviews to bomb it with. It's really sad. It is. Most of 1 and 2, yeah. Well, that'd be good if most of the soundtracks are there. That'd be quite good. That will be. Are you back, Husk?
I am back. I just smashed my key.
Did you? Yeah, I said
you were right. I did have to shit. I went to piss, got halfway through my piss, and had to sit down and take shit.
Yeah, that was mayhem. He obviously knew. Has he got a camera set up at your house?
Did you see my question?
Yes.
Did you answer it?
Which question?
Who's your favorite crayon? Or who's your favorite crayon? And what's it smell like? Yes. What's your favorite creator and why? Who?
Favorite creator or creator that inspired me? That's the difference.
No. Who's your favorite content creator and why?
You got me stumped there, to be honest.
You don't have someone you turn into religiously every time they drop a video?
Yeah, actually, I have.
There you go. There's
Content bug, aka Catherine Manning. I watch all of her videos. She gives out tips on vlogging and YouTubing. She's at 175,000 subs.
Have you reached out to her yet?
I have, but I need to email her. So the comment section wasn't enough.
It won't be. Not with that many.
No, I need to probably email her.
Not likely. So you know what, Stubz, I have one more question for you. I know this is your show, and I asked you a lot of questions last week. What about my show do you like? And what about your show do you like?
Your show, I like the fact that I like the concept that obviously it's not live because it's different, and you have the premieres in it, but you don't go off the rails as much as I do.
Nope, not quite.
However, there's a guest coming up in the future. I will not say who. If you can keep it on the rails, I say well done.
Yeah, we've talked about that. So what do you like about what you've created? What are you proud of with your show?
I seem to, with the Stubzcast, I mean, it has gained audience and a growing audience. It's different week from week. A lot of people do get a lot of help from it. And I get DMs saying thank you, and also get comments that I'm quite good at interviewing people, which is something strange to me. I mean, I appreciate the comments, but I've never interviewed people in real life. I have no background in radio, so I do really appreciate when people say that. It's just something I tried. I didn't have no experience in doing it. I just
feels good knowing you're helping someone, right?
Well, exactly. Apart from if you listen to the parts where I go completely off the rails and talk about other stuff, then you're screwed then. But,
Yeah, you can thank Dreadpool for that question, because he told me to put you on the spot, and I did.
Well, that does sound like Dreadpool.
And he does squirrel a lot Like his show, one of my favorite shows, just because I got to. It was like two friends bullshitting for fucking almost 2 hours. It was
well,
awesome.
when he comes on, and when he I'll have to book him in. I will at the next.
You need to. It's a good time.
I've got up till nearly the end of July booked, so I'm going to book him in after that.
Yeah,
but
I think I'm a week
to beat
behind you.
2 hours and 36 minutes. He has to beat because he was telling Removable Sanity that he's going to beat him in time. So
yeah, he can do it.
He laid the challenge down.
He only has
to beat it by a minute. You see,
I think Wilmy. I would have to check, but I think Wilmy might have got it this week.
It's always easy
on my channel.
It's always easy when it's live. There's loads of people who can ask you questions and all sorts.
And there's no editing. Like I had to do like a 5 minutes with Wilmy and go take a piss, and I couldn't cut that out because it was live.
Well, exactly. I tell you someone who could take the limit that could actually do the longest creator feature, and that is Removable Sanity in the chat.
Oh, I'll get him. I'll get him on. And I'll tell you what. Days.
I was talking to him
just like I told Crispy
the night before the Stubzcast he was on. And we must have talked for 2 hours or whatever, and he said to me, "You're gonna have to cut me off, or I'll just keep talking." Right, and in the end, I just hung up.
So in the next few weeks, I'm assuming I'm gonna be able to compare Crispy to Removable until I have Removable on my show, because I've been like Crispy said today on Fireside. He's like, it's gonna be a long one, and he's told me in DMs that like we're gonna go balls deep into Crispyville. He didn't say that verbatim, but you can quote him if you want.
But no, yeah. So roughly who keeps the record currently is Removable Sanity in time length, but Dreadpool's going to beat it apparently.
Oh, he's gonna give it hell. He doesn't even. I don't know that he hasn't tried
to beat it. It's like half a minute or a minute, and then he's won. You know,
fair enough. I mean, it's seconds even.
Exactly.
Whoa, play all. No, not. See, all right, so my Fork Boy creator feature, which I will redo in the future because it needs to happen. 13 minutes.
Yeah, when I listened to that, I was like, damn,
Dreadpool?
That was fast.
Oh, yeah, Dreadpool's is only 13. No, Infocast is only 13.
Dreadpool. That's nice to go by Dreadpool. Come on.
No, Dreadpool hit 20, but I edited the piss out of it like I did the others. I'm trying to find the one. I did the bonus episode with Infocast and Xbot.
So your thing is, it's like
Graphic God. I finally stopped editing.
When you go on Husk show, one thing he doesn't tell you until about 20 minutes, half an hour in, is that he's actually been recording the conversation beforehand. And
yep.
Is it okay to put in?
You know, there's going to be a week or two here and there where I'm like, something's going to happen and the creator I'm supposed to have on isn't going to be able to make it. And thus the bonus episode chapping.
Exactly. It'll be fun. It will. Now, I made a tweet this week about what a content creator is. I got told that content creation in interview form isn't content creation. Now, it is, and I had a massive response from the community. Couldn't believe how many people replied.
Dude, that shit pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. I was fucking mad when I read that.
Like Noof, he disagreed He said that it's still content, but it's a different form of content. It's still content. It's like the Indie Gamer said. He said even if Stubz she went on the show and whistled for half an hour,
It's content.
It's still content. And for the record, people, I cannot whistle.
Really?
No. I can't do it. I can't whistle. I've never been able to. I've always
that
tried.
question slipped through my fingers last week.
No.
Can you whistle?
No, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I've never been able to. No, I've never been able to. Well, like, and then Invader Gaming said, well, if that's the case, then I must take down all the TXR podcasts, especially the ones with all the industry experts in. Like they had Thomas Mauler from Moon Studios, and just delete all the gaming websites to go with it as well. But there was
you asked me a question on my show last week that's been eating at me every goddamn day.
Really?
You asked me who I could if I could have, who I would have on my show if I could have anybody. And I gave you like 3 answers, and I like every goddamn day I'm thinking about that, like who would I have on my show? Like fantasizing about like who the fuck would I want to talk to? And there are so many. Like I forgot about there's like a never-ending list of music people, tech people, gaming people, just generalized I guess you'd call them influencers that I would want to have.
You heard that? He'd be offended.
He would be offended, but his voice carries a lot of weight. That's why I didn't say influencer yesterday. I told him his voice carries a lot of weight instead of saying influencer. So I got around that. But no, I was sitting here watching Mike Shinoda's live stream yesterday.
Yeah.
Before I had Wilmy on, and I was like, God damn, I want to talk to that guy. I want to talk to Jim Carrey. I want to talk to Fergie. I don't give two shit. I want to talk to all of these people who I know who they are. Like, I want to get them on the show and ask them questions that they may or may not have ever answered or would answer.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, the guy I got on next week, he actually has interviewed some famous people. I mean,
really?
Have you ever heard of Wade Barrett from WWE? Many years ago. You must have heard of him. He's British.
Wow. That's impressive.
He's interviewed him, but if you go on his channel, Geeks 5 Nation, he's actually... I need to go through and look at who they are, but he has had some good interviews of people that are quite famous as well. I don't know. Obviously,
who do I want to shag? Alyssa Milano. Final answer.
No idea. I'm no good with celebrities and all that.
Do you know the TV show Charmed? You ever heard of it?
I've heard of it.
No, she's on that show. That's all I know.
Okay.
Oh, she's God damn it! What's the TV show? Oh, God damn it! I think it was The Boss. Tony Danza. God damn it! I think she was his daughter. Son of a bitch! Like, we're talking decades ago. Tony Danza's The Boss. Dreadpool.
Okay, no Mass Mayhem. I'm terrible.
All right, so you know the song "Tiny Dancer" by God damn it! I just brain farted real bad. Elton John. So his Tiny Dancer song, when I was younger, I always thought it said "Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza," and I thought it was really weird. and then I later found out that it wasn't as weird as I thought, even though that's not what he said.
Okay.
I'll leave that at that. Everybody can take what they want from that.
Okay. Well,
Elton John's a badass, by the way. I will just say that.
I've got a bit of a question I'm going to ask you, but I'm going to play a video. Give me a second.
Your mom's the tiny dancer, Crispy.
Application. There we go. That didn't just play, did it? Did it play?
I didn't hear anything.
I've just done it wrong, that's why. Wait, give me a second, wait a minute. I'm not used to share.
Share screen? Are you going to share the audio too then? I would assume.
All right, share.
Should give you a checkbox.
That's the one, right. All right, share audio. I'm going to share the audio. It doesn't last long, like 30 seconds.
Four Guys Reporters. Retro Renegades. I say, is this Retro Renegades?
Yep. So, do you believe in the movement that's going on with the Four Guys with Quarters,
Retro
Renegades, TXR, and NLG podcast? Do you believe in the support and be supported movement? Because
I absolutely do. And I support as many people as I possibly can. Like every time I'm on social media, the shows I do know that are going to happen, I will literally stop what I'm doing half the time, jump into someone's podcast. Most of the time say hi. I will at the very least hit the like button and try and share it out. I think it's a good thing. I'm absolutely all for it.
yeah, see, before the actual Gamers United Guild started between the four of them, Graphic God kept saying to me a lot, talking about support and be supported.
Support and be supported. Yep.
Yeah, and
that's who I got it from.
Actually, thought there was a movement going to go on with 4 podcasts, and I never actually thought it was going to be something. I just thought it was some. I didn't know they were going to make a little guild or a guild, which is a very, very good idea behind it.
I keep forgetting to put the hashtag in my descriptions, like, because I don't know if you know, when you put a hashtag in your description, it pulls it up on top of your title on YouTube.
Yes, I did know that.
In the blue, yeah. Like that's one I keep meaning to add. It needs to be in my default description upload.
Yeah, no, it's very good because it's like the podcasts that are involved with it deserve a lot more views and watch time, but it's because they provide, I believe, a lot of them shows in the grand scheme of the content they provide is a lot better than, I'm not going to name any podcast, but I'm just saying the big ones that go for all the views where they feed into the fanboy wars. I believe the content that these 4 shows provide is far greater than having a few thousand people in chat, if you know what I mean. Because I know that a lot of them would rather have, say, 10 people that watch every week than hundreds that just come and go, and they'll just start. Do you know what I mean? Like a loyal fan base.
Yeah,
I
get it.
I'm not saying 10 people watch, but in all grand scheme of thing, a few hundred watch some of them. It varies from show to
Religiously.
show. Yeah, they'd rather because they that's the way they grew.
Well, yeah, that's you want the people that want to be there. That's so much better than the hundreds of random shit talking shit biscuit toxic asshats. Basically, that's how I view it.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, it's just something I thought I'd ask you because there are some people don't believe in support and be supported, and you can kind of tell sometimes. I mean, what does it? I don't mention names or anything, but sometimes a lot of the support and be supported is used because some people. Does it really hurt to click a like button? Does it hurt to press retweet? You know,
No,
not really.
No,
it doesn't cost you, does it?
Nope.
You know,
you're already there. Like, what the fuck's stopping you in the first place? Takes what, 2 seconds tops?
Exactly. Thanks for stopping by, Indy. Cheers for that. But
Later, buddy.
But I don't actually know how it came about. But I believe the movement was started by by Graphic God.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I thought I'd just talk about it. That's all. I mean,
I love it.
The Retro Renegades is a great show with
idea behind it.
Graphic God, Supersonic, Station, Jago, Stinking Corpse, and Crispy Bomb, and UK Daz when he can make it. But it's one of them shows that you can't listen when you. Because I can't always listen to them live because in England, and basically it starts at midnight, and a lot of the time I do it while I'm doing jobs in the house or whatever, and it's a show where you've got to put your headphones on because there's swearing and stuff you're talking about. And it is a great show
through the speakers.
But it's a show where they actually play games live. It's not just some clips knocked together. You know, that's why I like it because it's like they've built a community over there that they regularly turn up and they talk.
Yeah.
It's not a podcast that's got set subjects. They just talk about gaming or whatever they fancy talking about, and have a few beers. That's basically it.
Yeah, and I'm still wondering where the fuck my invite is.
You've never been on Retro?
No. I honestly, Jay said, like, all I have to do is message him. Pretty much in any of them, but
yeah,
I'm bad with scheduling, and this week proves that. But they do. Oh, that's my shit, man. Video games and beer. I fit in there like peanut butter and jelly. So I'll be on there sometime.
You might just mention it to him because I mentioned once in the BG4G thing with Daz in it. And I just mentioned I'd love to go on the Retro Renegades one day. Within 10 minutes, I had Jay said, it was the same night. He says, and I was asleep. He says, Jay says, do you want to jump in? and it was that quick because part of Daddy's crew. And I didn't go on then because I wasn't furloughed then. But I eventually went on. After 2 attempts, I went on.
Well, yeah, and it's like fucking 2:00 in the morning your time. No. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's midnight till about 2.
Midnight, that's his.
It depends. It depends if Supersonic falls asleep and keeps his show running, and if it's on his station, sometimes YouTube disconnect. Because at one point there was like, I said to Jay, "What's going on with this? What do you mean?" He says, "Well, Retro Renegades Part 1, Retro Renegades Part 2. Oh, he says YouTube keeps disconnected, so we have to reconnect. So that's why it says Part 2."
Yeah, you do, Crispy. So it's what Retro Renegades is one of those shows. One of the couple. I won't even see very few. I'll say couple shows that even if I am not active in the chat or actually watching the stream, I will tune into it, kill the volume on my phone, and set my phone to the side while I'm watching something else. Just to be there live. Like it doesn't do me any good because I'm not listening. I'm not interacting in the chat, but maybe once every fucking 20 minutes at most.
You
but
on with 175 phones next to you. Listen to the Stubzcast.
Maybe it was me. Shit. You caught me.
No,
I
it's
wish
good.
if I knew how to do that shit, I'd know how to undo it, and I would
Yeah.
have caught that bastard
But
red-handed.
yeah, it's good that you want to support it live. You know, it is. You know, it's a good show. I mean, have you ever caught TXR before? That's part of it as well. Have you ever listened to that show?
Oh,
That's on Sunday nights.
yeah,
I couldn't
Sunday
tell you
nights.
what night time that is your place. It's about.
No,
I know it's about 1 or 2 in the morning here. So
yeah, no,
I have
I
caught it
don't
the
know
odd
that I've
time.
ever been in live. I am pretty sure I haven't been in
Yeah,
live ever.
it's a show with Invader
You're cheating,
Gaming,
Dreadpool.
Invader, Downer, Shockley, Tim Dog, and Centurion. They talk about weekly gaming topics, but they when they can, they try and have industry experts on and people to interview. And if you I highly suggest you go back and listen to their ones where they interview people from the industry. They're very insightful,
Yeah,
especially the ones.
they have an insane backlog. I am subscribed to them, but tuning in lives for me is almost impossible. Sunday is the one day a week I take off from everything.
Oh no, I don't blame you.
But yeah, I listen to their most recent one. They're in the hundreds of episodes.
Oh, they
So
are.
I have a lot of backtracking to do that I honestly probably won't ever get around to doing. But
Yeah,
it's a good podcast. I
it
will
definitely
not
is.
deny that.
And there's the Four Guys a Quarter that's just come back. That's part of it as well, with Italian Clowns, Assassin, and Zebra Fries, if that's how you say a name. It's only recently started back after because Clowns had a few problems. He has, and it's really good. That show is one of the gaming shows that actually is an hour. They just hit the topics they feel like talking about in gaming, and that's it. They don't sit there arguing about it and all that. They're just quite clear they are on the subject. See you later, Mass. Thanks for stopping by.
See, and that's when I'll have to check out. Like I said, the rabbit hole of all of this goes really deep, and it's super saturated. So finding a unique one isn't the easiest task half the time. And there's a lot of asshats out there that I honestly don't know how some of these motherfuckers even have the viewership they have.
Right, it's by hate, you see.
It drives me nuts.
By hate, see. If you hate on a show, or you hate on Xbox, or you hate on PlayStation,
yes, what the fuck is that?
And it suits the narrative. You get a lot of the toxic people that will go and drive towards them shows because that's what they do. That's what they want.
Daz.
Well, that's how typical Daz. But no, have you ever checked out Next Level Gaming podcast as well?
Next Level Gaming?
NLG.
Yes, absolutely. I'm pretty sure I'm following all of them now.
Yeah,
finally, I would love. You had Mike on.
Yeah, and Michael
right?
Willis on. Yeah. There's also HTK in there, Fastback, John Place, and Frankie.
Yes,
but it's that's more of a show where most podcasts you can just listen to. But I feel with the NLG podcast, I know you watched the Retro Renegades because Jay's playing the games, obviously. You watch that. But with NLG, when they're talking about a subject, it's on the screen. So say there's a game trailer they're talking about, or there's an indie game they want to show you, or a retro game section, which they do. They actually show you for context on the actual screen what they're playing and what they're talking about. So you feel like you have. That's a lot of podcasts you could just listen to without even looking at your phone. But with that, they actually show you the context if you want to see it live on the screen. And Graphic God helped them heavily with that show on how to work that out.
So I'm not the only one that does that then. It's like our derpy news articles for Fireside. I try and throw those up on the screen with us just so people can see what we're reading. That's a similarity too. I like how their shit set up where they're along the bottom, and then
It's very good.
was it either their guest or whatever they do on the right side center? Like who jumped in randomly a couple weeks back?
Randomly. Oh, that won't be Tommy Terralik.
Yeah.
Terralik. Oh, I can't say it right.
Yeah, no. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
From Intellivision. He normally jumps in if he can.
I just thought it was cool that he was separate from everybody else.
Yeah, they use Skype for that show. But yeah, it's very good. But that's all the podcasts within the support and be supported. But I was messaging Michael Mullis earlier, and he was telling me that the Stubzcast is the support and be supported. That the movement is full podcast. But he said to me the Stubzcast is kind of in the same realm. He says because you do support and be supported, but because you support the smaller guys, the people that are trying to get out there, you get the word out. So you. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? He's saying it is you are the Stubzcast is what the support and be supported stands for as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I support as well. That's I support all of them actually. I try to, and he says by supporting and having people on, it helps boost certain people, and it helps the community in general. It does. If that made any sense, I don't know if it did.
No, I got it.
Yeah,
totally makes sense to me. So we briefly talked about what it means to be a content creator, like what it means, and I don't think you ever delved into what you thought about that rotten asshat telling you that basically what we do isn't content creation. I don't think you went deep enough there, Stubz.
Yeah, well, the thing is the reason I don't go into it because I've moved on, and content creation is anything that's produced content. It's like podcast. It didn't bother me that much. I just put it on Twitter to see what people thought. It didn't piss me off, or it didn't get me down.
Piss me off.
I know. And a lot of
fucking
people
ruffled my feathers.
And commented, even Boomstick commented on that because that guy, he writes for hours and hours on his show, and he has 3 shows a week. He writes it all down. He spends hours working. And he was like, "That's definitely content," because Boom, out of all the podcasts I've been on before, that man is the most organized guy in the podcast landscape. He has that much. He's well prepared, and he even has topics in backup in case you run out of topics. He is so prepared; it's unreal. Yeah. Crispy Bomb would know because he's a regular on there, and so's Dread. I was meant to go on a few weeks ago, but I didn't because something came up. So I probably will be on there in the future. But he's a very well prepared curator, and content creation is basically anything. I mean, even if you're blogging on a website or you're writing an article, what I do a lot on BG4G Hub is I do a lot of press releases now. And even though it's not actually something I created, I'm just letting people know about certain games that have come out. Even that is classed as content creation. Even people making beauty tip videos or DIY videos on YouTube, that's all content creation. And interviews definitely are.
Yeah.
So it's that broad. It's unreal. And
if it's content, if it is something that you've made or done that nobody had ever seen prior to you doing it, that is content. If it's absorbable through the eyes, ears, or otherwise, Now, when I say never seen before, never heard before, that nobody's ever heard this before, hasn't happened yet.
Exactly.
And even after
Right.
it happens, people haven't heard it yet. It's content. It is something for the user or the viewer, however you want to say it, to absorb. It could be 10 people talking for 2 hours, or it could be somebody putting a computer together, or it could be somebody pissing on an anthill and uploading it to the internet. If somebody watched it, you created content.
Exactly, because years ago, the word content was never used as much as it is these days.
No, not even
it's
close.
Like content, you consume content like even down like DLC. Because I remember back in the 360 area, the word DLC was the thing to say, but that downloadable content. But years ago, it never used to be used, the word content, and now it's used too much. But that's a saying in the chat about Boom. He says Crispy said we get a book. But the man
Boom's super prepared.
He is. I've never met a man so he has topics written up just in case they run out of things to talk about.
I still got to hit him up about being on his show. He told me to hit him up whenever I wanted to come on, and I haven't, because me and scheduling is like oil and water. I just got to get better at it.
He's definitely. I've only been on Boom show once. I have, and what you got to remember is when Boom does a show as well, he gets a lot of people watching. So if you're not used to talking on podcasts where a few hundred people turn up, it can be quite daunting.
Oh, I imagine. I can only imagine.
Because some of them, he's had in some of his shows, 600 people have turned up. So
yeah, that's true. Actually, he hit. Well, it wasn't too terribly long ago. He like doubled his normal number on something or close to it. What show was it?
It will be Crispy.
Somebody help me.
Tell you probably what that was.
I don't know.
Anyway, Crispy, get the Crispy Truth podcast sorted. Come on, get the channel up. Come on.
I was trying to flip Jared jokey pants shit today about the truth thing. I was like, yeah, dude, I already know somebody that does that. And it's the Crispy Truth versus I was like, today's the story of two truths, or the tale of two truths, and he had no idea what I was talking about. His co-host Anthony on Oddcast hates it, absolutely hates it when he says and that's a jokey pants truth, and it gets under his skin.
I heard that. I did last week when I was on. I missed that section of the fireside, but I will go back and re-listen to this week's.
It went right over his head. Just so you're aware. Jared was oblivious.
I had to go, and I came back. So I will get back to that bit again. I will. Are you up to 100 subscribers? Come on, subscribe.
Am I
people.
up to 100? Is that what you just asked?
If you're not subscribed, subscribe. This man is not
97. Holy shit!
You got one more after my tweet. Come on, people. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Come on. To Husk.
3 away. And I get a custom URL.
The links will be in the description after the show when I've done it. Because I did do it, and then I pressed Start Broadcast and then End Broadcast, and I messed it all up. So currently there's no description. There isn't.
There will be.
I have got it in a Google Docs document though. I have. So
you're about as thorough as I am. I go back through and look at shit.
Look at Triple saying.
I was on random Tuesday. Numbers.
I'm unsubbing.
Oh!
Now watch out. I will tell you something now. When you hit that magic 100 number, when you hit 100, right? I'm telling you now. When you celebrate, you got 100 subscribers. Yeah. Some bastard will unsubscribe.
I'm not. Just so you back down to 99.
I'm not kidding you. I done it, and someone unsubscribed. I stopped doing it, and then I got a bit more above, and I celebrated it, and someone still unsubscribed, but it didn't work because I was above 100.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I know.
What the
I'm not
fuck?
saying it happened to you, but
I'm different.
It
I'm
happened.
going to be the outcast, but I'm going to go back and watch all these videos all these other people do about this chick sticking her thumb in her butt because it's cool right now in the moment. And I'm a sheep. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Maybe I did. Possibly. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Crispy, you had that 1,000 followers. Yeah, you probably celebrated it. Then someone goes, right, I'm gonna unfollow him. What
Are
people
you
do?
trying to tell me I'll never hit 100?
You will. I'm just telling you, someone will unsubscribe.
You can't whistle. That's a good joke, Dreadpool. Fucking dick. I fucking love that guy. I do.
End of the day, Dreadpool, I can't even whistle. So.
It's that hashtag crispy truth. I feel like it should be a hashtag crispy truth bomb. I'm just saying it sounded better than crispy truth. The
Definitely.
Bomb afterwards, because you get to do a play on words with your screen name. And a truth bomb. Come on, dude. It's better. I promise. I'm not getting a response.
No.
Oh, there it is. Crispy Truth Bank. That sounds like a really dirty porno.
Wow. 1,600 followers on Twitter.
I know, but you could do hashtag instead of at.
Is your follower count as low as the franchise? This something Empire follows nobody. He's got thousands of people following him.
And follows 0.
You know who I'm on about, don't you? The something Empire.
I have no idea. I'm lost right now.
Sesh Empire.
Oh, Sesh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yep. Yeah, I'm aware.
Well, that's how Twitter works. So what happens is a lot of the time. See, I used to follow everyone that follows me, but what you got to learn is a lot of people follow you, and what they do is they follow you. You follow them, then they unfollow you.
I'd say he follows me right now.
Does he?
So
wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations! I have been blocked.
Yeah, I know a handful of people that do. He hasn't wronged me or upset me in any way yet. So, at some point, if it happens, it happens. But I have no problem with. Well, teach their own.
I haven't got that many blocked. I'm not Wilmy.
No, I was gonna say you got to remember I'm a softie right now. Like I don't block people until I absolutely have to, and I'm starting to get messages about YouTube channels and following and liking videos, and it's getting irritating.
Well, when you follow someone, they send you a message like, please follow me and subscribe and all this.
Yep.
I actually messaged the guy saying, do you really think that's appropriate? What do you mean? He says, because I actually asked, are you a bot? He says, what do you mean I'm a bot? The way you sent that message was as if it was automated. No, I'm here. I said, have you never had anyone complain to you about this? No. I said, I'll tell you why. Because they normally press the unfollow button or block. Well, because I used to do it, thinking it would gain you more followers, and it just used to annoy people. I found.
I'm not trying to make this guy sound like a dick, because I'm sure he's a great guy, and I will do what I told him I would do, and I will go check out his channel. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is something I will not make a habit of. I got followed. I've been kind of following back nearly everybody that follows me until I see a reason not to. Okay. So this guy's name is Alex V on Twitter at AnderAlex6, and a handful of people that I know or am in some kind of contact with on Twitter follow him as well.
Okay.
And he sent me a link to a YouTube video and said, "Hey, could you please subscribe to my YouTube channel?" Question mark. And the title of his video is "I wish you all the best in these crazy times." And I told him, I said, "I'll check it out. Thumbs up." And then literally the next message from him is, "Thanks. Mind dropping a like and a comment on the video too?" Like you said with the bot thing, it's not so much.
I think some of them have got them copied, and I think they've got a document in their phone where they go copy, paste.
Well, and
copy,
it makes
paste.
me wonder how many people are that goddamn gullible. Like if I just started messaging everybody and their mother saying, "Hey, come check out my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and lick my balls while you're at it." How many people are going to do that?
And a lot of them go, "If you subscribe to me,
like,
prove to me and I'll subscribe back, or follow me on Twitch and I'll follow you back."
Here's my first fucking piece of advice, as especially starting out as a content creator. Don't be like Alex. Don't do it. Those follows, those subscriptions, all of that shit, it's not real. It's not. Even if that person just so happened to like the video you linked in that message you sent them, does not mean they're going to like your other shit.
Exactly.
Okay? Stop it. Stop bothering people. Stop begging for it. It's not going to happen. You can't make it that way. I know a handful of content creators that it's upsetting to see the potential for things and then the fallout afterwards because you got greedy or you thought you were gonna make a goddamn living doing it and your channel died because of it. Stop it. Be true to yourself and be true to the people you're fucking making the content for. Be yourself. That is it. God damn it.
It's true.
Alex.
I'm going to go and follow Alex V, and I'm going to try this. I'm going to see what happens. I will. I will find this guy. I will follow him, and I'm going to see what happens.
Follow him and then ask him.
Oh no, I won't ask him.
Your channel.
I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for the comment. So you're on this video, mate. No, I won't. But I will follow him.
Maybe I'll hook him up with the creator feature just because he asked.
You could ask him the question, why do you harass people?
Why the fuck do you message me this nonsense? You're lucky I didn't just mute it. I mean, I'm one person, but I'm one person out of thousands and thousands of people that are also going to be that one person when you send them that message. Stop it.
I used to do it because and then I realised, because someone said to me, "Do you realise you're annoying people?" And I stopped it, you know.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you don't annoy anyone by doing it? And this ages ago I blocked him. No, I've never had that problem. I says because either just follow you and like that part kind of thing, or they block you and unfollow.
Part of me really wants to just tell him or ask him, "Do you do this every time you get a follower or someone follows you back?" Because he followed me first. And then the second I followed him back, wham, he was there in my DMs. And I want to tell him to stop it. Like, so bad. But at the same time, I don't want to be the dick that crushes his world. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
Like, you're doing it wrong, bro. Sorry, you're fucking up.
I just typed Alex V in. Too many accounts have came up.
Hold on. I'll give you.
You have to send me it. I'm going to follow him.
I'll give it to you right now. X gonna give it to you. Fuck, waiting for you to get it on your own. Let's see here.
But no, yeah, I don't think it's the way to go by doing that.
No, dude, when
Do you
you're
really think these
asking
big
for it,
YouTubers and these people have actually like like Boom, for instance, he had a massive rise on YouTube. And it wasn't due to him asking people to subscribe to him at all. It's because he provided quality content that people wanted. But he he rose quite quickly. But to be
there you
fair,
go. Got it.
he
No, go ahead.
deserves it.
Oh, he deserves it. Absolutely.
There we go.
When you earn it,
Hello.
it's a difference when you
Come
earn it.
on. Come on. Oh, I'm waiting for it. Right. I'm
Daz,
waiting.
don't paint your ceiling, bro. You'll just have to repaint it tomorrow.
No,
It's
it's
gonna
best not.
smell bad, dude, and it might not dry in time. You fall asleep on your couch and it falls on your face. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, crispy.
Yeah, yesterday it was thick, dude. Boom is on the rise. Well, you guys, you're a panel member over there on Fridays now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Boom's. I compare him to a talk
Yelling
show.
cast. See, I was talking about that a minute ago.
He's right.
I don't know who picked up on it.
Well, Supersonic Station does really well for that. He does people donate to his streams watching paint dry. Honestly,
Hey,
he leaves streams at about 20 hours.
whatever works, man. Content creation is content creation. If people are enjoying the content, you're doing it right. Even if you're a cockeyed, ass backwards, screaming pile of crap fuck.
Exactly. But no, yeah, that's basically. I mean, also follow for follow and sub for sub's bad.
Oh,
Sub for sub is actually against YouTube terms of service. I don't know how they prove it, but people do that, and you can see it. Like a guy can have 2,000 subscribers and it gets 10 views on every video. You can kind of see it.
Yeah,
You know.
they have ways. I mean, there's so much shit and analytical data that we are unaware of and can't see that they sure as fuck can. And we sign that right away the second you made an account. That's where part of where we get all of our analytics is. Yeah,
exactly. You know, but yeah.
Don't do follow for follow. God damn it.
I used to do it on Twitter a lot when someone used to follow me, and
I'm still doing it.
In the end, I realised that I get a lot of people following me, and I don't follow back. See, the odd time I do actually look at someone's Twitter, and it's very weird. I do reach out to them. How you doing? I start talking to them, and sometimes I become friends with them, but I don't reach out as much as I used to. But I will look at the account, and if a certain person knows people I do, then I will. You know. So sometimes
double check who's following them. If somebody reputable is following them, I'll follow them back.
And someone has what's it called? Starts commenting on my tweets. I'm like, well, I don't follow you, so I feel bad because they're following me. So I follow them back, but they do actually tweet me and reply. You know.
Yeah. See, I follow people back if I see people following them back that I guess I would trust for a reason to follow that person back, then I will. If not, then it doesn't happen. If it says follows you and it has 0 suggestions or names in there I don't know or am affiliated with or talk to, I won't follow them back.
No,
and that's how I've done it. So,
and I'm glad, Crispy, by your comment there. You've been told to avoid certain casts. That the Stubzcast is not one of them. Clearly not.
There is toxic and there's informative, and there's both, and there's a mixture of both.
Exactly.
It's a really fine line anymore. I honestly don't even I will post shit on my Facebook page, my ACS Facebook page, my personal page is 100% dead, minus liking things I get tagged in. I don't post shit on there anymore. Facebook is easily the most toxic of all the social medias. I thought Twitter was bad at one point. Ooh.
Since this lockdown, oh god, it's
bad.
got terrible. In between these rioting and that's all stopped, and in between everything in the world, it's gone crazy.
Exactly, Dread. Yeah, it's gone fucking bonkers, and Facebook is disgusting, and I hate it.
I do use it, but I try not to post to it as much.
I post to my page that I created for ACS just so the small handful of people that see I put a new video on YouTube will see it. It's rare unless you boost your post, which I will not pay them to fucking put my shit in their feed.
Sometimes I get about 167 people will look at my Stubzcast ones, but they're not even followers. I'm part of a group on Facebook called Project Xbox.
I have a handful of groups I'm in that I don't ever interact with.
My posts get approved straight away when I post a Stubzcast. Do you know Microbox of X?
That sounds fucking familiar.
He was on my show.
Microbox of X. Yeah. Okay.
His group. So he said to his admins and moderators, make sure the Stubzcast post gets posted because they review them.
Really?
Yeah, they don't know because you can just post crap on it. Otherwise, you could just post spam. You got to make sure it's right. You can't. Otherwise, if you post everything, you wouldn't see the feed, would you?
Mm-mm.
I only post once. And I'll come on the day and say it's on tonight, and I'll leave a comment saying it's tonight.
I'll post one time, like a couple times a week, probably a couple times a week. I post on there. I post the creator feature. I posted Gaming Beyond the Box. I rarely do Fireside. I do it in the Oddcast network because it's semi-active, and Twitter. It's like Twitter's starting to see fucking roll off from Facebook. It's starting to upset me because I like that platform. This is my second or third Twitter account, by the way. Really? I've killed my others. I killed my most recent one because I just there was no reason to keep it. And that was like way back, like years ago. It doesn't represent the same person. It's not that I did anything bad on there. It's just managing two accounts is total dog shit. And that had too much linked to my personal life that I don't want out there on the internet. So I killed it as best I could. But yeah, no, I mean, that was like James. Does that make sense? That was James on Twitter. That wasn't Husk. Like I'm me. Don't get me wrong, but you don't need the link to my personal Facebook, and you don't need to know, what streamers I follow or what I was doing stream wise at the time. That like I had a really dark point in my life where shit was just really fucked up, and my dumbass many years ago made the mistake of making social media my outlet, and that's just not me anymore. So I killed it.
Yeah, it's the best thing to do now because nowadays the world's different. I mean, when I went to school, it wasn't the case if everyone had a smartphone and a camera phone. Anything you do now, I mean, future employers,
they'll see it.
Stuff you put publicly, they can see forever. And I'm not into. If you're into these jobs, I don't know how it works in America when you go.
Oh yeah, they'll dig into your social media instantly.
So they don't do that. Well, I don't know if they do that in Britain.
Everybody does it.
I don't know. But they
Don't
won't be
be
able to
fooled.
find us on me.
Don't let them fool you. They definitely do.
Because I heard things where some places, like big companies, were asking in America, asking for your Facebook password so they could check your account. That's illegal.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. They don't actually need your password to see it.
Well, they do.
Well, yeah, unless it's privatized, they can see everything.
All mine's privatized.
Yeah, see, like if yours is set to private,
unless they know somebody who they're friends with, where they could see your whole Facebook.
yeah, exactly.
But then they can't tell you they've seen it.
And at that point, you should be like, dude, if you're that fucking interested in me, why don't I have a goddamn job?
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Well, I've heard things about, I don't know how it works, whether this is true. Is it true when you go through borders in America, airlines and stuff like that into America, and when you go on planes, they ask for shit like your Facebook passwords and that? I've been hearing that border force agencies have been asking for people's social media credentials so they can check them.
As far as I know, if anybody's doing that, they're like way off the rails. Like they shouldn't be. And
they do.
I also have not flown in or out of our country, but if they're doing that, that's fucking horseshit. And I'm starting to wonder how many people's identities are being fucked with. So they get that point.
Yeah, you are right, Matt Barnes. Never to give out your password, because by law,
it's a fucked up thing.
They can't actually make you. Even Homeland Security, in America couldn't. But if you had a mobile phone and it was encrypted, or you had an encrypted hard drive on you, then I'm pretty sure in Britain they can. There's a law that states that you have to hand that password over, or you're going prison straight away. I don't know how it works in America, but in here, if you have a encrypted something and they want to look at it, and they have reason, they can use the old national security. They can use laws like that. If you hand over that password, you're going straight. You'll probably go straight to jail or prison. They call it here.
Well, while you're speaking,
I guarantee America's got an equivalent, and probably under the Patriot Act, because the Patriot Act can't be spoke about.
Here's the thing, though. It doesn't matter. Yeah. They will get what they want, whether they get it from you or not.
They know everything about you. In America, it's like Britain and America work together. The intelligence services work together. And
here's the craziest part.
They're recording this as well. They have a copy of this as well on file somewhere.
Oh, absolutely. Someone's listening to us, loving it, and hating the fact that they have to do it, but they're doing it.
Yeah.
But, so, like, all right. I just want to, you're talking about like security and passwords and all this stuff. Having access to somebody's social media is getting so goddamn close to having someone's social security number, because we do everything online, and access to one thing leads down a rabbit hole that gets access to other things. Okay. So fucking seriously protect yourselves. Get something like LastPass.
I do use that. Mayhem.
Zero sponsorship for any of us. We're not even close to big enough for that. But seriously, do something that will encrypt you to some extent. If you have a hard time remembering, they'll store it for you. They'll create the most complicated horse shit ever, and then you don't have to worry about your Facebook getting taken over and having to delete it, or Twitter or Instagram.
Take them down, because it's like the British intelligence said. They're actually laughing because when this Edward Snowden came, you've heard of Edward Snowden?
Oh yeah, I know who Snowden is.
When this all came out, all the media were asking intelligence services questions. They said that, can you see all everyone's Facebook messages? And that they said they done the old, we can confirm nor deny. But then they also said, well, everyone thinks they're clever using Facebook and Twitter, don't they? And they went, what do you mean? Had Facebook been stored on British servers, we wouldn't be allowed to read everything. But seeing as all the data is going to America, we can read everything. They make it easy by using American services. We can look at the lot. That's what they said.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
About
It
no
doesn't
laws.
surprise me one bit.
They said because it's leaving British servers or European servers into America. They said that they can look at anything they want to look at.
Huh? That
They can.
doesn't surprise me one bit, and it makes sense, especially when you start crossing fucking oceans.
I mean, Mayhem, I was more talking about if they want to get the password out to you, they can use. There's laws where I know you say they've got digital forensics, but I do believe I have looked at stuff before in this area where Edward Snowden was on about it. I'm pretty sure he said that if they want you to reveal a password, they will put you in prison until you reveal it. They use it's something to do with the Terrorism Act. They just use it on you to get it. I mean, you've got to be pretty serious to kind of pass. You know what I mean? They've got to really think it's something serious to use it.
Oh yeah,
but that's when you get into secret courts and that where they don't need the same permissions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At that point, you've pretty much forfeited the freedoms you have. So
but it's not everyone that gets that. You know,
no,
obviously,
no,
it's very rare circumstances. You know, but they can hack everything nowadays. People for years, many people believed the Apple iPhone was the most secure phone in the world. Till Edward Snowden said that. Said that British intelligence, he actually called them the best hackers in the world. He said they've got a division for every single device you own, every phone, every operating system, everything. They've got a division working on how to hack it and how to find a flaw. And
yeah, if they want your shit, they'll have it.
They said every device is hacked by them. They said that the British. He said because I couldn't believe he was saying the British were better than American intelligence. They said they're the best.
It doesn't surprise me.
Because he was the one that leaked all them documents, weren't he? Currently living in Russia, isn't he? No, he is. That's where he lives.
Yeah.
He's protected by the.
Oh yeah,
allegedly it's the Russian government, but he has always denied that.
But it doesn't matter.
Well, apparently, when Edward Snowden's dad years ago went to visit him, the media tried to follow him. He got into a blacked out 4x4, and when the media car started to follow him, some windows open with blokes in the back, and they waved their AKs at them.
It doesn't surprise me one.
And they soon stopped following.
It's true. You know? Yeah. No, it's not terribly shocking. It's I don't know. I've been balls deep in the conspiracy rabbit hole. What people would call the conspiracy rabbit hole, which I won't get into.
Oh, I know. But I fully agree with you, Mayhem.
Yeah,
they will try and get in if they can, you know.
Absolutely.
It's always normally a flaw that Apple have found and they've fixed it, but depending a lot. This is the problem is the people's phones. A lot of people, the general population, a lot of them just don't update their operating systems. You know, the software versions.
Yeah, the software.
That's how they get people. If you don't update the latest software, a lot of people don't do it.
Well, think about it. It's probably easy at that point. They've been working on cracking that shit for years, and then you don't update, and they finally get it. Yeah, you're vulnerable because there's nothing to stop them.
Exactly. Anyway, this is the Creator Cast, and I'm talking about hacking.
Everybody, get your tinfoil hats on.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's been a good show. You got anything else you want to talk about, or are you good?
God. Dude, I'm golden when you're golden, man. I'm on your show this week, so
yeah, definitely. My show always goes to the rails, but some weeks it doesn't.
No, there's plenty of good shit.
There's still 11 people watching. There is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you want to tell people where they can find you if they want to subscribe? Get this man to 100 subscribers. No, 102, please. So now we're going to unsubscribe.
So you can find me at it would be youtube.tv or watch. I don't know, or user. youtube.com/user/Husk GBR. You can find me on social media at ACS_HUSK. And you can catch me over on Wilmy Hood's channel here on YouTube on Wednesdays, Gaming Beyond the Box. Fridays, creator feature on my channel, and Fireside also on my channel on Saturdays.
That's good to hear. Yeah. Give them a subscribe. And that is why we need to get you to 100 subscribers, because of the way you described your YouTube channel.
Yeah, it sucks having
Because
to.
once you hit 100 subs, you can apply for your custom URL. So you could just go, YouTube/ACS Husk, job done.
Everything is the same at that point. That's the only URL I have left to. Yeah. I've been looking forward to it. That was my goal.
I don't think it would take
this
long.
year. No.
You should get
now.
there.
I had no idea I was at 97 until this morning. So
you got to have, more people need to follow you. So everyone subscribe to ACS Husk. It will be down in the description once I've done it after this show, because I messed it up.
Yeah, shit happens, man. I told you to expect technical difficulties. Yeah. You had me on your show, man. It's to be expected. I just want to say huge shout out to you, dude. I am super glad we're friends. I absolutely enjoyed talking to you on a near daily basis, and thanks for having me on your show, dude. It was an honor.
Oh, thanks. I know everything went wrong. I got view botted, all sorts. I don't know.
Hey, hell yeah, dude. You had to have, the show was unique in some way.
It threw me. Did you notice for a bit?
It fucking freaked me out for a second.
Well, it is when it kept going up. When I had Dealer on, and he's big, and I got 52 with him.
Exactly. We hit 60, and that's where I got concerned. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I know.
It was, yeah.
I know. So, yeah, thanks for coming on, and thanks for checking the show out, everybody. Hopefully next week, my stuff won't go wrong.
Hopefully. Yeah, just don't click the end broadcast button.
Yes, that's a very, very,
or
very
leave
easy.
studio. I'm not sure which one you hit.
No, it was end broadcast. So I thought, I made a mistake there. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Next week we have Geeks Vibes Nation on off Twitter.
The big one.
Yeah, he's got quite a good Twitter following.
Yeah, he's got a good following.
49k. He's got a website as well, and he's got a YouTube channel. He hasn't got that many on, but you better go and have a look at some of the guests he's had, Husk. You might know who some of them are, but yeah, it'd be good for me to try and broaden the horizons for Stubzcast. So
yes.
I can prove to myself I can do more than just gaming interviews.
That's not our goal. Our goal's creators, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
It covers a broad range of people.
Exactly. All right, and thanks everyone, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Later.